So guys, today back in a video on the channel today. We're here for the Newcastle United vs Spurs player ratings. What do you make of that, lads? Watch my reaction to the video. I put at the top, there'll be a link in the description and on the end screen. So if you first watch this video, you can go and watch the reaction straight after that. But the player ratings, before I start, I need to speak about one thing, and it's stressing me out. And people on social media and whatnot aren't talking about it enough. Steve Bruce, right? We've had 8 or 9 games since the restart of Premier League football, and so a lot of changes were made because of the whole pandemic. 5 substitutions were placed because of the consecutive games through from the weekend to midweek, right? And that's happened for the last 3 to 4 weeks now, right? Newcastle United, right, have had, I think it's about 8 or 9 injuries now. But guess how many games Newcastle United have made 5 substitutions in? 0. And Steve Bruce expects his players just to not get injured or something, right? His players are playing week in, week out, right? No substitutions, hardly any rotation, right? It's beyond a joke from Steve Bruce, right? Clueless, right? National League managers, right? If they were in the position where they had 5 substitutions, right, and they've got an injury list, you have to make substitutions, especially when you're 2-1 down in the 63rd minute, right? Just go for it. Go for the game. We've got nothing to lose for, right? I would much rather we've absolutely went for the game. You could not say a negative thing, but I've got to put this out, and it's just shocking from Steve Bruce in my opinion. But we're here for the player ratings. So for the little rant there, we'll go on to the player ratings now. Starting off with Martin Dubravka in goal. He made a fantastic save in the first half, but for the goals, he couldn't really do much. For the third one, he made a fantastic save, but it just obviously went straight to Harry Kane because it just, of course it did. But I feel like Dubravka was not at fault for anything. He was very good with that save, but they didn't really create much. They had 5 shots on target with 7 in the whole game. 3 of them were goals. Newcastle United had 20. Martin Dubravka, 7 out of 10. Right back now, Joelinton. I thought he was going to be playing left back because I thought we'd be sitting with a 4-2-3-1, but yet again, Bruce went 2-5 at the back. And he played Joelinton in a right wing back role, and he didn't really create much. He was playing most of the striker. Anytime we put a ball in the box, Joelinton was in the box. I don't know why, but didn't really create much, didn't really do much. 4 out of 10. Centre backs now, we will start off with Emil Kraft, who's a right back, playing in centre back, and I mean he wasn't terrible to be honest with you. I feel like he done what he could have done, and for the second goal, we've got to be tight as a Harry Kane in my opinion, but overall it wasn't a bad performance. 6 out of 10. Fabian Schär, who's a big talking point. Before people say anything, I want to say an update on Fabian Schär on his injury. He dislocated his arm, right? The worst thing about it, Steve Bruce didn't even bring someone on for him, right? He went straight into the medic room or in the change room to get it checked out. He didn't even bring a sub on. Does Steve Bruce still think that he's only now 3 subs or something, right? But Fabian Schär, first half, what you doing, mate? Just clear the ball, right? Clear your lines. You can't. The touch was awful. Just get it out if you need to, right? Even if it's throw in, just get it out. But in the second half, he did go into the game a lot more, and I feel like in the second half, he was much better. We've only got one fit centre back in the club now, which is Federico Fernandez, because obviously Fabian Schär is going to be out for the rest of the season and probably next season. So Fabian Schär, I'm going to go straight down the middle with a 5. Now Federico Fernandez, the defence is a big talking point. Normally we're praising the defence and talking about the attack a lot more. It's the opposite way around today. I thought the attack was great, the defence was shocking. But Federico Fernandez, the second goal, you've got to be tighter to Bergwijn. We know that he's got a good delivery on him, but he's a quality player. Don't give him that much time on the ball. Just get stuck in, win the ball back, and even if you've got to clear it for a throw in, that's fine. But Federico Fernandez, I'm going to go for a 6. And the man who got the Newcastle United goal, Matt Ritchie, in the first half he wasn't great, but in the second half I thought like he was really, really good, really getting into the game. And that goal as well, such a good finish. And Matt Ritchie, every time I say something about him, he proves me wrong. Every time I'll say something about him, he'll score a goal, he'll get an assist. Every single time. And if I've got to slate Matt Ritchie every time he plays, I will do. But Matt Ritchie, 7 out of 10. Moving on to the midfield now, we'll start off with John Joe Shelvey. Shelvey today was good. He was really, really good today. This is probably the best I've seen John Joe Shelvey's passing in a long time versus a Spurs team who has spent a lot of money on their players. Shelvey's pass today was magnificent, and he shows why he's much better than the likes of Harry Winks. For me, he's up there with Dele Alli, right? I mean, Dele Alli's more consistent, but that passing, right? And he can get up the field. He's got a strike on him. Yeah, he might not be technically gifted, but I feel like John Joe Shelvey needs some praise when it's due. Oh, but he's not Bruno Fernandes. He hasn't got blue streak in his hair like Paul Pogba, so he doesn't get any credit for his passing. Shelvey today, even though he was the captain, didn't really lead the team. I'm going to give him a solid, you know what, I'm going to go for 9 out of 10. Nabil Bentaleb, who came off injured. Yeah, I know that little injury, but I feel like he wasn't as good as Shelvey, but he didn't have a bad game, like, because obviously Newcastle fans want to be saying Matty Longstaff play or Sean or Hayden back. But Bentaleb played today against his old team that he was there 5 years, and I feel like he was okay. I'm going to give Nabil Bentaleb a 7 out of 10. Now we've got the 3 attacking players. We'll start off with, we'll do Almiron. Almiron caused problems from the first second he touched the ball to the final second, and he was running rings around Tottenham and they couldn't handle him. Never mind the next lad I'm going to talk about. He was good. His passing he doesn't get talked about as much, right? Just because he hasn't got a blue streak like Pogba. Some of his passing today, just little passing that switches the play, that changes the mood in the game, just so quick, right? He does that so well, and his drag backs are fantastic. Almiron, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. On this man now, Alain Saint-Maximin. He is too good for Newcastle United. It just shows 16.5 million for this lad, right? A couple of times, yeah, he has bad games. He had a bad game against Watford last week, right? Against the Spurs team, right? Look what he done to them. He tore them apart, right? And if he had a really good striker up there with him, right? I mean, like, a really good striker. If he was playing for Tottenham, I guarantee Maximin would have about at least 15 assists this season, because he's got a world-class striker and Harry Kane with him. But when you look at Maximin, fantastic. I'm going to have to give him a 9 out of 10. Not the 10 out of 10, didn't get the goals or the assists, but he did do... He's so good. He can get praise for not getting any goals or assists, because he just changes the game for Newcastle United. 9 out of 10. And finally, for the start 11, Dwight Gale, who I thought was so unlucky not to score in the first half with that header. Gale, he's our best striker for the club at the minute, but his hold-up play, I remember a bit of hold-up play that he done, then he flicked it over, I think it might have been Lo Celso, and then Maximin won it. Like, Joelinton wouldn't have done that. I don't know, because from what I see in Gale, I don't think he actually wants to be at the club. But I feel like he's doing his job. I don't know if he's playing for a transfer or whatnot, but we will wait and see. Dwight Gale, 7 out of 10. Next up, it is Lazaro, and he came on for Joelinton in the first half, playing that right wing back role, and he was good. He was getting up the field well. He did sort of, because the ball came to him and he just completely missed it for the third goal, and then they went up the other side of the pitch and scored. That's what you can't do against these big teams. You can't do them mistakes, and I don't think Lazaro was bad today. 6 out of 10. Joelinton next, and I didn't think Joelinton really brought anything to the game. I remember one time he had a really, really bad touch, which was not nice to see, but I mean, when you're getting subbed on, what time was it exactly? 69th minute. You've got 20 minutes, right? You're the second substitution. You expect someone to come on with you, in my opinion, but Joelinton, I'm going to give him saying Lazaro, 6 out of 10. So that's the end of the player ratings, lads. Disappointing. We've got 2 games left. Brighton away, Liverpool at home. We've got to win at least one, right? We cannot end off the season with 5 losses, right? We can't. Surely not. But we'll move on. We've got Brighton on Monday night. So I'm going to give myself a little break, lads, because make the videos day in, day out. I do love it, but it can get stressful. So I'm just going to take a little, like, literally, when I say a break, I mean like 2 days, so I don't have to focus on YouTube that much, and I can just relax and get a graft and do me work there. Lads, that's in the video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, watch the reaction if you haven't already. I'll see you all for the Brighton preview.